Today, I will be giving you 5 tips on how to play BlackBeard in OP10. But before we continue, hit that like and subscribe button as we are close on reaching 500 subs for this channel. Shout out to all the amazing creators out there that consistently uploading BlackBeard gameplays, which help me understand the deck better and get an idea on how it works on the most basic level. This video will contain hours of information that I have gathered from all the gameplay that I have watched. From testing videos to competitive gameplays videos, I have put them all together into a step-by-step guide on how you should play this leader. Some people will charge you for this type of guide, but today you will learn for free, so stay tuned if you are planning to pick up this leader. BlackBeard in OP10 will be a lot more consistent thanks to the new supports that it will get from this set. The new 4-cost Kuzan is a card that plays something from your trash, as long as it is a BlackBeard type card. And the new Liberation card can help even the board out for decks that would like to go wide. The first tip we will be learning today is the opening hand. This is the most crucial part of our game plan, as this will dictate how consistent our filtering is. The most important card that you will need to find is the stage. This alone helps you filter out cards that you want to be a target for Kuzan. Remember, Kuzan will let you play a BlackBeard card from the trash. The other cards that you can consider are the 1-cost Searcher Lafitte or the 1-cost event, This Is My Age. Both cards' sole purpose is to search the stage as early as you can. We need that stage to be on our board as soon as possible. The next tip will be setting up your small cost units. If you watched my previous guide on how to play BlackBeard back in OP09, you would know that this leader likes to play small cost characters as a defensive move so he can get to 10 dons and actually start doing some damage. The same strategy would be used as well, except that the mid game is a lot easier to set up now. Which would lead us to tip number 3, playing around the new Kuzan. This card sets up your board during your mid game. It may be in the form of reviving your Von Ogre to set up a cost reduction play, or reviving Burgess while he gains a ton of attack power based on the number of the cards in your trash, or even simply putting back the Vasco shot back on your board to buy you another turn to get to 10 dons. Kuzan also draws you a card once you trash him, so it's always nice to filter out your hand with this card. Don't forget that you can also delay the effect of this card and get him to swing once before trashing him and use the card ability. Tip number 4 would be knowing when to activate the leader ability. A lot of new players don't know when to activate the leader ability, which causes them to spam the leader ability and run out of hand size towards late game. This deck requires you to know when to activate the leader ability, and that would only come from experience. My advice is to use the leader ability when your opponent is about to drop their win condition card or their engine card. That way, you can limit yourself from activating it unnecessarily and save those cards as counter for the next turn. And the last and final tip for this video is to stick to the design and structure of this deck. What I mean by this is to make sure that your first 2 turns consists of using small cost cards or filtering cards. Then transition to your mid game plan where you clear your board or attack for life. Before ending the turn before you drop your 10-cost Teach, make sure you have established at least 1 Jesus Burgess on your board, because this would be very difficult for the opponent to handle, as one of their cards is also stunned, and it only limits their option to either go for life or go for Burgess. Those are my 5 tips on how to play Blackbeard in OP10. If you learn a thing or two, please drop a like and subscribe, as this takes time and effort to make it, and it would mean the world to me to see this channel grow and help the community even more in the future. Now let's watch some gameplays where I applied the tips that I just taught you and see it in action. Okay, so we're gonna be looking at the Usopp matchup because this is one of the hardest matchup that we're gonna be facing once the set comes out. So the game plan here is to get the stage and then use the leader ability around 7 dawn, because that's when Usopp wants to start playing the Rebecca, the new Rebecca that can just basically cheats out 3 cards from his hand. So I'm gonna be using that searcher to find the stage, but unfortunately we didn't get it. And I'm just gonna counter here because this is one of the easiest counter that we will be ever receiving throughout the whole game. There's nothing much that we can do here other than search, so we're just gonna keep filtering our cards and gonna dig deep within that deck to find that stage card so we can boost up our Jesus Burgess as well. Again, I like to play the small bodies because I want him to attack those little bodies on my board. I think I didn't swing on the leader because I didn't want him to trash 2 cards off his hand, and that's just gonna activate the leader ability. I want to keep him into more than 5 cards in hand. That way it will be a lot easier for us to kind of like get ahead for this game. Here, if you notice as well, I left a Dawn up before I activate the Kozan ability because there might be a chance that once we activate Kozan's card ability that the stage will come out. But yeah, unfortunately we didn't draw the stage. I think we're gonna be playing another Kozan here because there's no way for us to like dig deep in our deck and find that stage. So I think this is the most efficient way to spend our Dawn, and actually we're actually building bodies as well. So we're on 8 Dawn and we're gonna be preparing for our 10 cost teach. So like I said on the guide, make sure you prepare those Jesus Burgess before you drop that 10 cost teach, because that's gonna be very hard for him to deal with those Jesus Burgess. I'm gonna be attaching 1, so that'll be an 8, and then I'll pass. So he's down to 2 life, and he hasn't seen his stage as well. But you know, though that's the same for us. He's gonna be swinging for 9, but I'm just gonna counter here because I want him to keep focusing on those ones. And he dropped another Luffy. So I'm gonna start dropping this 10 cost teach. I'm gonna be attacking 5, attacking 8. That's too much for him. It's another 8. So he needs to trash 2 cards. And then basically next turn we just win if he doesn't establish a blocker here. So attack 7, and I'm just gonna block. Actually I can, yeah, I'm just gonna block the next attack here. So looking at the board and his hand now, he actually doesn't have any chance of winning here. So once I drop that another 10 cost teach, I can just negate the blocker, and then I can just swing with like another, like, you know, other 8/8 and then 12 possibly with the 10 cost teach that we have on the board right now. So yeah, so if you just follow the guide that I taught you, you know, in the beginning of this video, then you should be fine. as long as you drop those little buddies, prepare for the 10 cost teach, make sure you establish those Jesus Burgess, then you should be fine. Okay, so we're gonna jump into another game where we can actually find the stage and show you the full potential of this deck. Okay, so we're gonna be looking at the Enel matchup. Usually Enel would be a free win because you basically counter the leader's ability, but I've been playing the sim using the ABO2 card, so Enel would actually be playing the new 10 cost Rush Enel that gives him life as well if he's like 1 life. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting because this deck is really strong. The BlackBeard deck is really strong even after EBO2. And yeah, so like I said on the guide, we need the stage as soon as we can, so we basically just mulligan for it. Here I'm just using all my searchers now, so I can basically find all the mid-game cards that I need for Kuzan to target once we get into that 5 to 6 ton range. And I do have a Burgess as well, so making sure that I am prepared once I reach the 10 dawn turn. We also don't have any 10 cost teach yet in our hand, so that's what I'm going to be aiming for. Very interestingly, that that card as well, the 3 cost Skypia card, I don't know the name of it. He can remove your stage, so yeah, we were just lucky that the docu effect actually draws a stage, so we basically just replaced that one straight away. Here think I still have 5 dawns left, so I'm gonna be saving that Kuzan effect for now, because there's no reason for me to actually do it straight away, because you might have a trigger where the Von Augur will just be KO'd, or I don't know. Yeah, I think it's way too early to establish the Burgess as well, so that's why I kind of kept the Kuzan on the board until the next turn. Here, interestingly, he didn't attack with an L, so I think he's trying to starve me, because he can see that my hand is getting pretty low. I drew in another 10 cost teach, which is pretty good, which is very essential for us to win this matchup. And from here, I'm just gonna start building my board as well. So we do have another Kuzan, so we can play that. We can establish that Burgess on the board as well, and then we're just gonna establish 1 blocker just to be safe, just to make sure that we don't get rushed down by the 7 Cosinels, but which I doubt that they're gonna be playing that one in this meta or like this stage. So that Burgess is already on 8k. Once that 10 cost teach drops, that's gonna be very, very dangerous. It's gonna be a very good and big help for us to kind of like push for game. So started using the leader ability as well to make sure that he doesn't replenish his life with like the Yamato or like the Ace ability. Yep, so he's gonna be attacking 11 for that Jesus Burgess, because he doesn't want to deal with it next turn, because he knows that it's gonna be very big and it's gonna be out of hand once he doesn't take care of it, which he didn't. We'll gladly take that that swing, so we need more hand size. Here we're just gonna be attacking 5, and then the durability to boost up our Jesus Burgess, and make sure that he doesn't trigger any card, and then it has an unplayability. So we kind of like dwindle down his hand size first before we attack with the big swings. Now he needs to find that 10 cost NL, otherwise he won't be able to survive the next turn. So there you go. So that's the EBO2 10 cost NL. And once he swing, he needs to trash one card, and that should be an easy block for us. And that Jesus Burgess sticks on the board, and then we can just use the Jesus Burgess to hit that one life remaining, and then we're gonna hit with the 10 cost Teach as a final attack. So I'm gonna drop that 10 cost Teach first. Make sure to nullify the leader ability. He doesn't have any counter. And let's swing 6. Make sure he doesn't have any. Yeah, very easy. Again, NL. If your NL opponent doesn't build their board pretty wide before we drop that 10 cost Teach, then yeah, he's pretty much done for the whole game. So that's again, we just played around Kuzan, which is one of the tip that I said earlier, and it's such a very good card. You know, for me, it's like the MVP of this deck, alongside with the 10 cost Teach. But yeah, again, all you have to do is to make sure you fill up your trash with the target that you want to use for Kuzan. Mainly, that's just going to be Von Ogre or Jesus Burgess. And again, you have to time it correctly. Make sure that you don't play it too early, otherwise there's a high chance that it will be removed if your opponent is playing a removal deck as well. We're gonna look at one more match, so you guys can get a hang of the tips that I included in this video. Okay, final match will be against Reiju. Again, I think Reiju is one of the easier opponent that we're gonna be facing, because it's very easy to just counter her with your leader ability, especially with the 4 cost Reiji. Here I just played my Lafitte as a first turn. 1 is because it's a searcher. 2, it's because it gonna become a pseudo blocker on the first turn, so they have no choice but to attack that searcher. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep using it. I'm gonna be countering that one because I know that the ETG is gonna come and swing. Luckily, we did draw in to do a searcher, which fills up our trash. Very happy with that one. So here, I think we're still struggling, even though we do have the Ice Age. We're still struggling to kind of like KO it with our Dokyu, because Dokyu, you can only KO one cost or lower. So I think I did the maths wrong here as well, and that's why I have one remaining Dawn active in there. But that's fine. I think we should be able to KO this one next turn. So we'll get a counter out of this, because that's the easiest swing to counter. He did put back our he did KO our Dokyu, but luckily we did have another one. And here we're gonna be playing the Von Ogre as well, I believe. So we're gonna be playing we're gonna be trashing Von Ogre, play the Guzan, and then Ice Age and Dokyu the EGG. So that's what we're gonna be doing. We did the Guzan because we wanted to use the effect for the drawing of cards. We still haven't seen any Jesus Burgess in this game, so we're still digging for that one. Again, he needs to respect my the cards that are sideways. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a free use of effect. Here on this turn, I completely forgot to use the leader ability. Actually, no, I did use the leader ability. My bad. Sorry. So I saw the Reiju came down, and I instantly thought that I didn't use my leader ability. Sorry, my bad. We're gonna be using this liberation to clear out those 2 cards, and then we actually managed to get 1 card from his hand, so he's down to his last card on his hand, and we're close into the Tendon turn, so we're very close to dropping those 10 cost each. I think that's what we'll be doing here anyway. So we're just gonna drop them back to back to back, I believe, just to win the game. We're gonna go for a game here. She's got 2 lives left, so we're pretty safe now. She can't really go for lethal this turn. Even if she does, then we can just easily block it. Ooh. It'd be a very good trigger if the leader is leader ability would be like on the defensive side, but unfortunately it's not. I think we're gonna clear the board here, I believe. Yeah, I think we're gonna clear the board here. We're gonna KO that Yonji, attack 7 into the Reiju, and then KO that Niji as well. So we're gonna leave the Teach up just in case he does have another ETG on his hand, and it's gonna be a bit risky if we just don't block it, and we got rushed down. So I think I'm just going for a counter, but didn't get one, so I'm gonna be trashing that one, playing another 10 cost Teach and making sure I block the Niji, and we're swinging 12. She doesn't have much option there. Now she's back into she's back into 2 cards in hand. She got 1 blocker. She's got 2 attacker, but only 1 attack will go through. So I don't know. I'm not really familiar with the Reiju deck, so I'm not entirely sure what she has in there. Okay, so that one did manage to KO the blocker. I don't know why he didn't attack. Either way, we would have won anyway. And then we're just gonna swing 15 here. So that's GG to the to the enemy. I don't know why our opponent didn't swing on that last 2 turns, but on that last turn, sorry. But again, the same blueprint. You play your early searcher, make sure they swing into those characters that you turn sideways. Unfortunately, we didn't see any Burgess in this game, but we managed to clear the board either way, and those are just like the main important takeaway for any of the matchup, is to make sure that the opponent doesn't have a wide board, a board wide enough for them to like keep poking you, and then you'll just run out of resources to activate leader ability, and then you'll get torn between trashing your key cards, and then for like leader ability, and then you don't have any cards to play for your turn. So yeah, those are my tips, and showed you the gameplays where I applied those tips. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I'm gonna be posting more Blackbeard videos because I really want to main him on OP10, and yeah, I'm just gonna have some fun. And yeah, if you have any questions, just comment down below and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Okay, until then, bye.